Here are 3 of the most unbelievable family secret stories on the internet. Grab a snack, and let us get into it. My mom stood up during my wedding and said, quote, "I know what Daniel did to this family." The entire church went silent. 200 people turned to look at her. I was standing at the altar in a $30 veil I saved 6 months for, and I wanted to disappear through the floor. Daniel squeezed my hand so hard it hurt. That was the moment I knew she was telling the truth. She walked up the aisle, pulled out her phone, and showed the priest a photo. I could not see it from where I stood. Daniel dropped my hand and said, quietly, "That was a long time ago." Turns out, for years before we met, Daniel had stolen $40,000 from my parents and skipped town. My mom had found him the week of our wedding and said nothing, hoping I would call it off myself. I did not. So she did it for me. I am not even mad. Tell me you would have done the same thing. You are not ready for this one. My dad grabbed the microphone at my graduation dinner and said she was never supposed to know. Every single person at that table went silent. I had just walked across the stage an hour earlier, diploma in hand, the happiest day of my life. And now my dad was crying into a microphone at a restaurant, staring at my Aunt Diane. I looked at Diane. She had gone completely white. Dad said, "Diane is your mother. Your real mother. We swapped you at 6 weeks old because she was 17 and terrified." I heard a fork drop. I counted for seconds of total silence. 22 years. 22 years and nobody said a word. Diane reached across the table and grabbed my hand, and I just sat there holding my diploma, completely hollow. Here is the worst part. I looked exactly like her. I always had. I just never let myself ask why. Was I the only one who never knew? Next story. My brother grabbed the microphone at my wedding reception and said our mom was not actually our mom. Not a metaphor. Not a joke. The whole room went silent. I had a fork halfway to my mouth. He was smiling, completely calm, like he had been waiting 30 years to say it. Turns out he had. He told me that when I was 3 months old, our aunt gave me up because she could not afford to keep me. Our mom, the woman whose grave I visited every single year, had raised me as her own and made everyone promise never to tell. Everyone knew except me. My wife grabbed my hand under the table. My uncle was already walking out the door. I stood up, took the microphone back, and just said, quietly, that I wished Mom were here right now. Because honestly, she would have handled this so much better than I did. Drop a comment. Was he wrong to tell me? If you made it this far, you are a legend. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.